Saram, brothers and sisters, welcome to our monthly Satsang. We're going to start with 3 Ohms, then we'll do 3 Gayatri mantras, 3 bhajans, and then with our special guest speakers today. Om. 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 Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Bhurvuvasvaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhurvuvasvaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhurvuvasvaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May you play the bhajans, please?
Ganesha Sharanam, Ganesha Sharanam,
Ganesha Sharanam, Ganesha Sharanam,
Ganesha Sharanam, Ganesha Sharanam,
Ganesha Sharanam, Ganesha Sharanam.
You're always protecting me, you're always guiding me,
You're always protecting me, you're always guiding me,
you're always protecting me, you're always guiding me.
you're always protecting me, you're always guiding me.
Saisha Sharanam, Saisha Sharanam,
Saisha Sharanam, Saisha Sharanam,
Saisha Sharanam, Saisha Sharanam,
Saisha Sharanam, Saisha Sharanam.
You're always protecting me, you're always guiding me,
You're always protecting me, you're always guiding me,
you're always protecting me, you're always guiding me,
you're always protecting me, you're always guiding me.
Ganesha Sharanam, Ganesha Sharanam,
Ganesha Sharanam, Ganesha Sharanam.
you're always protecting me, you're always guiding me.
You're always protecting me. You're always guiding me.
Sai Sharanam, Sai Sharanam,
Sai Sharanam, Sai Sharanam.
You're always protecting me. You're always guiding me.
You're always protecting me. You're always guiding me.
भज मन गोविंद गोपाला, भज मन गोविंद गोपाला, गोविंद गोपाला, गोपाला, गोविंद गोपाला, गोपाला, गोविंद गोपाला, गोपाला, गोविंद गोपाला, गोपाला, भज मन गोविंद गोपाला, मन गोविंद गोपाला, गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो, 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 गोविंद गोपाला, गोपाला, गोविंद गोपाला, गोपाला, गोविंद गोपाला, गोपाला, गोविंद गोपाला, गोपाला, भज मन गोविंद गोपाला, मन गोविंद गोपाला, गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो, 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 गोविंद गोपाला, गोपाला, गोविंद गोपाला, गोपाला, गोविंद गोपाला, गोपाला, गोविंद गोपाला, गोपाला, भज मन गोविंद गोपाला, भज मन। बोलो जय जयकार, बोलो जय जयकार, बोलो जय जयकार, बोलो जय जयकार, बोलो जय जयकार साईं बाबा की, बोलो जय जयकार साईं बाबा की। पतित पावना है घनश्यामा, साई गोपाला है घनश्यामा, प्रेम भगवान साई भगवान, Sharma, Prema Bhagavan, Sai Bhagavan, Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram. Bolu jai jaikar, bolu jai jaikar.
Sairam, brothers and sisters, welcome to this lovely satsang for the month of December. Before we get started, I want to thank Brother SLN, Brother Mehran, Brother Raja and Sister Rashmi, who take a lot of trouble to get the logistics exactly right so we can have a really smooth satsang. We really have a wonderful satsang this evening for all of us. We want to welcome Sister Roopa Sharma and her husband, Dr. Ashok Sharma. Their spiritual journey started many years ago when they traveled to Puttaparthi for the first time to pay respect to Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Soon after that, they started a free medical camp in Corona, California, initially only with a medical team of 50, where over the years it has grown to 250 medical staff, providing free medical services to a large number of deserving people who would otherwise not receive this timely help. On November 12th, 2023, Roopa and Dr. Sharma also hosted Swami at their residence in Corona, California. The Sharma family's love and devotion for Swami is truly inspiring. You're going to hear some wonderful personal experiences and miracles that they have witnessed. Please join all of us in welcoming Sister Roopa and Brother Ashok for this spiritual journey that you're going to embark on this evening. Over to you, Roopa and Brother Ashok.
Sairam, Sister Roopa, Sairam, Dr. Sharma. It's a blessing for all of us to have you with us. And of course, I've known of your great work for quite some time. And Roopa, Sister Roopa and I, we work closely with, of course, our H2H and other key devotees. And I'm really grateful that to have had the pleasure and the joy of working, knowing you both. And on November 12th, I came to attend a Corona public event. And I honestly thought it's just a public event. I had no idea all the things that is going on there. And I don't know if people, they know about it. But we absolutely have to share all the good work that you two are doing in Corona. First of all, I was wondering what brings the divinity to a small town. Corona is reasonably small town compared to other towns. It's like 150,000 people. So what brought Swami to Corona? And then as I started joining the Corona High School, where the public event was being held, I started learning more or less, a bit more. Number one, the air was fused with love. And Swami was very, very happy. I mean, everybody who I talked to, they could feel the love. And then Sister Roopa, the other thing that I was amazed is that the presence of the city officials. You have to tell us exactly about why they were there. It's a beautiful thing. And I also learned about the fact that the entire Corona district are going to adapt Sai education. I mean, this is a major, major, major thing. So with that being said, I would like to ask SLN to share some of the pictures and ask you and Dr. Sharma to help us with start with the Swami's arrival to your home, and then the public event, and hopefully you could tell us about the involvement of the city and other activities. I think it's very significant, very important for all of us to know, to hear about it. And with that, please go ahead. Selene, if you could kindly start sharing the pictures.
Sairam to everyone from Ashok and me. We offer our humble Koti Pranams at Swami's lotus feet. We offer this program at his feet and, pray to Swami to speak through us. Yes, it was a divine day. We couldn't, it couldn't be a better day than Diwali. And, this happened to be a dream come true. On such a special day, Swami came to our home and blessed us and blessed the whole city and blessed all of the Sai devotees from all of USA. So the 12th, this 12th of November 2023 will be ever etched in our heart as a date not to be forgotten in rest of our lives. So it was such a special day, not only for us, but for every Sai devotee. That's what I prayed last time, that Swami came and in last August. And when Swami was leaving, I was praying to Swami that give us another opportunity to have every Sai devotee from around would like to come and see you, Swami. Give us an opportunity here. And it came true. So what can we say? So let's start with the pictures that you were about to show. And we can talk a little bit about that. So Swami came to our home in the morning with the entourage around 11 o'clock, 11:15. I think Swami arrived here. So we received him with the kumbham and, mala and arti, and then had Swami walk to our home. And we had a couple of wonderful friends with us that day to help us. And Swami came into the prayer room and light the lamp, like Swami was saying, from East Coast to West Coast. He was lighting lamp on Diwali day to light our hearts and our mind, towards divinity. And so that's what happened here too in our prayer room. And then Swami sat, and then we were blessed to do a bit of, Pada Puja on Swami's lotus feet. And then then Swami actually called us all together in his resting area. On to the next picture, we'll see. So
no, that's.
I'm sorry. I think
You're
this is
skipping.
this is actually Corona High School came.
Go back.
But if you have other two pictures that we wanted to show, if you have it by any chance, yes,
I'll bring it up. Please
sure,
go ahead.
sure.
I'll bring it up.
Thank you. So after that, Swami actually had a little bit of talk with all of us there in the prayer room. And then Swami said, let's go and be seated in his rest area, which was the guest house. And Swami also pet our dog.
Blessed our dog, Bella. She loves dog. He loves dogs.
Swami loves dog, and she was really blessed to get blessing from Swami on that day. And then
thanks to Brother Murli Mulaganti for suggesting the idea. We would not have done that, not knowing what his response would be to take our dog into the prayer room.
Yes.
But it worked out well.
And our dog, of course, sits every Thursday for Paduka Puja. She's one of the members in our family who sits there every Thursday, and she waits for the Panchamrutam as well as Tirtham. She waits for it. So she's one of the very closest members of our family. So she was there. And then after that, of course, Swami went into our guest house where he was resting for the afternoon. And then we had a small gathering there. This is a guest house where Swami sat. And then Swami invited everyone there to be seated. So we had all our guests gather together. And Swami gave a little bit of wonderful talk. And then again, he rested there well. And then
answered questions.
And answered some of the questions of the devotees who gathered up there. And then also wonderful thing that happened that evening was Swami materialized a beautiful mala, it's actually 54 bead with the Shiva Parvati beautiful pendant for a ardent devotee of Swami. And also to her son, Swami materialized a Navratna ring, and he blessed both of them immensely for their spiritual journey. And then from then on, Swami rested well. And then this is the beautiful mala and the ring Swami blessed our ardent Sai devotee in our home, in the prayer room. And from then on, Swami left to the evening program. And that's where I think we can move forward with that. Yes, that's the one, correct. And our Sai wonderful friends gathered together to dress up the Corona High School entry, so beautiful with the color lights and the red carpet. They worked very hard all afternoon to set this up, to have Swami have a grand entry to the Corona High School. And this is a very special moment for us, because this is the place where we have been running our medical camp for the last 16 years. So for us to have Swami come in to Corona High School, where the camp has been going on for last 16 years, meant everything to us, because the whole school is being blessed by Swami, because we are starting after the pandemic, we are starting our camp. After 5 years of gap, we are starting our camp, which is going to be next March 9th. So this was very, very special for us to have Swami come in here to bless all of us. So on to the next pictures, if you have, and then, and the beauty is, all our friends came together to do this decor, and we all came up with the thought of doing one world, one family, love all, serve all, because that's a motto of Swami worldwide. And that's how we have been in Corona for the last 20 years. We've been running a medical camp under Love All, Serve All, Inc. So it meant a lot for us to have Swami come there and be seated. Beautiful bhajans by brother Sumitji and Bharat Bhai. And then we were blessed to have the Swami on the stage to give a wonderful talk on Diwali day, to wake up and really, have that love in our heart, and light the lamp is nothing but lighting the love in our heart, and give it to the entire world around us. And then the other wonderful thing that happened was the city officials, like the county supervisor, chamber president, and the district superintendent, and also the board president also came there to receive Swami at the entrance, which meant a lot for us to have them come and receive our guru. And then, of course, devotees came from all over, and Swami met with all of them. These are the city officials that came together to receive Swami with a beautiful certificate. Bhuvana was visiting us 2 months before, and she had already done presentation at the chamber and also to the district. So they came up with this on their own, wonderful certificates for Swami, which really meant everything to us. And Swami deserved it more than anyone to get this, running the service in 33 countries. So also on the stage when Aarti went on, Swami told us on the stage that look at all of them are lighting the lamp. Not only that, the whole atmosphere is filled with lights all over. Swami said it's a beautiful, perfect, event for Diwali day. So Swami was very happy when he talked about that. So it meant everything to us, and we wanted to thank everyone from our heart who worked very hard and who all came from all over to made it so special that evening. And only because of all of you, it became so wonderful for Swami. So again, we pray to Swami that he will continue to give us this opportunity more and more in Corona. And the only way this can happen, in our opinion, is, as long as we continue to serve Swami in his mission of spreading this love, spreading this oneness, unity in diversity, and bringing joy together in doing things for the needy. And Swami will keep coming. So I think in my understanding is, wherever these kind of service, projects go on, Swami said he will come. So we have to continue to do what we are doing, and we have to do a lot more. And that's about the 12th November event.
Great. Roopa, there was, I was really amazed to see the city officials. I mean, I actually expected to see devotees, only devotees. I mean, that's typically, that's what we see in the public event, especially in Northern California. Tell us, how did they come to hear about Swami? And what was the story behind that?
I think, our main, connection with them is only through service. This
Through
all,
service.
started in 2000, when we got involved with the service organization, Sathya Sai Baba International Organization. Our debt of gratitude goes to them because we were introduced to Swami in a bigger level through them when we joined the organization.
Right.
And our main idol at that time was Brother Jagadishan from Malaysia. He came and about this medical camp in one of the retreats, and that's where I think Ashok made a promissory note to Swami that give us an opportunity, I'll be there to volunteer. I also put a promissory note, even though I was not a doctor. I said, Swami, give us an opportunity, even, to do anything in the camp, like, cleaning the toilets, keeping, the toilets clean, give me that opportunity to be a part of this. And it all started when the buildings collapsed in New York.
9/11.
Yeah.
Oh,
9/11 brought us together. I think we worked with all religious organizations at that time. It was multi-faith. We did it under one, I think we did it under United America. America United. We called it America United, and all the religious organizations came together, just like the symbol of Swami. And we cut the ribbon with Bobby Spiegel, who is the chamber president even now, and Karen Spiegel, who was the treasurer. She was actually going to, participate as she was trying to get to be a treasurer for City of Corona. So they got involved at that time, and they got to really see, they couldn't believe when we approached them and talked to them about it. Actually, Dr. Nitin Shah was the one from Jain Mandir who kind of encouraged us to move forward, because he was already running the camps in Orange County. So we came forward to do this, and the city would not believe. They said there's no free meal in America. That's what Bobby Spiegel said, and even we went to talk to Rotary Club. They said, our doctors coming on a weekend to do this camp. He said, we have not heard that. I don't think that's possible. So we told them, just give us an opportunity. We will see what we can do. So we went through quite a bit of ordeal, to get to the camp. It took us 4 months or 5 months. I remember working on it every day, trying to meet people, trying to let them know what we are doing. The day of the event, when 30 doctors came in their white coat and stood there, they could not believe it, that this is really happening in Corona. They were really shocked. And that was the first camp in Victoria Park, if you recall. Yeah, so we saw about 300 patients there, and we did pap smear mammogram and all that. And I believe at that time, we did not know the school district officials came without any introduction. They just walked around, which we did not know. And after the camp was over, the next year, they invited us to the school district. And that's how we built the relationship in 2002. So we started our journey in 2002, and we continued it till 2020. And by then, all of the city officials came to know what we were doing, and we got everybody involved. We believed, and we came under the organization. We started working with the community. We started working with the Parks and Rec. We started working with everyone around us. And I think, the main understanding that we have from all of this is, of course, it's a spiritual journey. It's not about doing something great for somebody else. It's doing good for ourselves first. I think it taught us how to sacrifice a little bit, how to love a little bit more, how to be selfless a little bit more. I think that's what really the service project taught us. So we kept going with it, and we kept working with the city officials, because we felt that it's very important to work with everyone, even though we belong to an organization. But it's very important to spread our wings around, make everyone feel comfortable, make everyone, just like what Swami said, world is one family. And that's where we are at today. Swami is saying one world, one family. And especially when Bhuvana came and we had meeting with the chamber just to go and say hello to them. And we had a talk about the medical camp that was upcoming. So Bhuvana came just to say hello to them. And then we just showed the video, and they were very impressed to see what Swami was doing in 33 countries. And they knew that is the time when they realized that, oh, this organization or this, Love All Serve All is not just pertaining to Corona or pertaining to CNUSD, but this is much bigger than what they imagined. And the same thing happened with the district. We had a meeting with the superintendent and also president of the board of education. when we went to talk about the medical camp for the next year, so we had Bhuvana talk a little bit about the value-based education. And that's when the superintendent was very moved. And he said, oh, this is a wonderful thing. Can we do it for all our principals, to do this presentation?
Yeah, I think they don't see this as just something about Hinduism or religion. It's more about love all, serve all, and helping. And that is one reason why they also felt comfortable. Otherwise, with the school district, you don't want to get religion involved too much because they have issues with those things. So we just made it more of just helping each other and love all, serve all, as she said.
Amazing. Dr. Sharma, is this the first place in USA that they are going to adopt Swami's education? Is Corona going to be leading other cities in that manner, or there are other cities that currently are adopting Swami's education? Do you know of that?
Honestly, that we have no idea about it. But even in Corona, there is a process involved. I'm sure Swami has his timing. But, our next plan is to approach the district to find out when can we start. Because as Swami was leaving, he talked to the president of the board and also the other superintendent who was present there. He said, Bhuvana and, Dr. Sarina will be heading this, and they should be ready to come and help you with this. And so for us as local, it's important for us to be in touch with the district right now. That's what I'm planning to do next week, to meet or have a talk with the superintendent and the president to see when would be the ideal time to start thinking of planning this out for next year. So once they, tell us when they are ready or anything they would like to know more about it, then our job is to connect with the Bhuvana and Dr. Sarina and then have them take on that. See, the way I look at it is, it's important to start somewhere. And, when we started this medical camp too, it was at a stage at that time in 2002, everybody was skeptical that doing a camp in America is not easy like in third world countries. You have a lot of protocols to follow. You have suing business going on. You have this, that, everything is there. So how can you start this? And how can you even think of doing something like this? Someone can come and sue you. See, this is where I think if you really believe that it's not something you're doing it, but the divine through you is doing it, then we become fearless. And that's how our journey started in service projects in Corona. I always believed that, because I had my doubts at a point in our lives. In the beginning, when we started, if you recall, there was a lot of opposition. There was a lot of upset situations where people felt that in the organization, they felt also, which is natural. I don't blame them at all because, like I said, the protocols in the USA is so different in medical when you really look at it. And, there are a lot of things you have to follow, you have to abide by. So it was not easy, but I think, in your life, if you really believe Swami has a plan, you are an instrument in his hand, and you need not worry about any of those end results. Your job is just to move forward. And that was my understanding, because at a point when I was really confused myself, am I going in the right direction? I do not know if Swami is guiding us in the right direction. Why are we having so much of conflict or misunderstanding with people when we are moving forward with this, service project? Then same thing happened. If you recall, in the beginning, we started something called Love Crew. Even way before the medical camp, we started something called Love Crew through the senior center of Corona. Ashok and I got involved in cleaning the senior handicap homes in Corona. And that was something they could not believe, that we would go to senior homes where they have no help from their own family members. We would go in there once a month and pick up one particular home, and we would do entire cleaning for them. And something that people thought, oh my God, they can sue you, they can do this. Our focus was on Swami. We felt that if Swami is there for us, we are just, instruments in Swami's hand. We just move forward and do the work under his name. Nothing can harm us. And that is the faith we had from day one. And when we went and did these homes, the greatest thing that happened was, of course, Ashok would go as a doctor and he would look at their old medications, and many of them lived on taking expired, medication.
Oh, wow.
He would go and help them and trash some of the things that were not supposed to be there. He would guide them on certain things. And then, of course, he would always tell them to follow protocol, contact your doctors and do that. But also, we would take time to clean their bathrooms, their kitchen, and all of these things. The family would come back later on that evening. They would come back and tell us, thank you so much. We did not know where to begin to clean in this house, but you gave us a great start. Now we will continue to do it. So we started seeing the transformation of these family members, and we continued to do it probably until I was pregnant, 9 months, 8 months, I think I was. 2003, we continued to do that. And Swami really carried us through. I was pregnant, actually. I still remember the last house we did cleaning. When I was 7 months pregnant, I was, if you recall, the lady had skin disease. And we would always go to clean the bathroom, ourselves. And then, of course, we would have some public come in to help us also. And the lady came to me after the cleaning was done. She said, I'm so sorry, I didn't tell you that I have a skin disease, and the people who come and touch my things can get it. It's contagious. And I did not know you would go to that deep cleaning. And I told her that, don't worry about it. God is protecting us. And true to the belief, nothing happened to me. So always we had that faith in Swami, that Swami is carrying us. We do our duty as his instruments. And immediately after my first pregnancy, Swami stopped that. We never got a call. But then immediately we jumped on to medical camp because Swami prompted us to do it. And my dream was always there. Ashok being a doctor, I really wanted to see that we continue to do these medical camps. I think it just got started right after Jagdish and uncle came. And you want to add on anything?
No, and also, at my workplace, we had two doctors. I'm not sure if people know Dr. Tumadi and Dr. Voleti Chowdhury. They were very much involved in Swami's, the super specialty hospital
in Puttaparthi.
Puttaparthi, and they had started working there. Dr. Tumadi is a cardiologist and Dr. Voleti is a cardiac surgeon. So they were doing free service. He used to go there and do angioplasty and stenting and cardiac surgery. So constantly that service and helping people, it was being reinforced. And then it evolved more into the medical camp. And then that, of course, Brother Jagadishan was quite instrumental in getting her started. Actually, Roopa was the one who really started more than myself. I mean, for me, lack of time was a big factor, but obviously I had the resources, I had the contact with all the doctors and the medical part. But my part was easy. I mean, I and all my colleagues, we did what we normally do for a living. But for her, as a non-physician, to coordinate was a tough job. And I certainly, I'm extremely proud to be her husband. That shows the love for Swami, to do something which you're not comfortable with. It was nothing in her field, but she took over the task, and we've come a long way by Swami's grace, of course.
But what I believe in is, having said that, Ashok, having said that, of course, for me, the backbone is my husband. Being a doctor, it was much more easy for me to move on to getting into this medical camp. But what I believe is these service projects, whether be it a medical camp, be it a sandwich service, be it anything that you do, I think when you believe that Swami is doing it through you, there is no question of doubting or worrying about how this is all going to turn out. That is my understanding in life. When Swami says, I carry you, you move on, and I send people to you, that's exactly the message he gave when I was told that you cannot be doing this on your own, you cannot move forward, and this is all, has to follow the protocol and this and that. I was talking to my mother-in-law because, we forgot to mention that we got into this so much because of my mother-in-law. I owe my debt of gratitude to our mother-in-law because she was an ardent devotee of Swami until her last breath, this year. She just passed away a few months ago. And she was an ardent follower of Swami from Puttaparthi days. And she went to do her seva, through Seva Dal from Bombay, Dharmakshetra. And working with the slum in Bombay, working with the Blind Home Association in Bombay. her life was about Swami, nothing but Swami. So for her, it was a very big thing when she came to know we both are getting involved in it, and she completely supported us. And with that, with her blessings, when I told her that I'm confused a little bit because people are not happy around us. We are moving forward with this service project on our own, and we are calling this as America United. I do not know if it's I'm on the right track. She told me at that day, she said, you go ahead and go to the prayer room, pray to Swami, open a book, and, the message will be given to you. Do not worry about anything else. And I went upstairs, opened the book, like she told me that Sai messages for you and me
Lucas
from
Rally.
Lucas Rally. So one of the books I opened, I prayed from my heart. I cried to Swami. I said, Swami, please give me an answer. Am I on the right track? Why am I having this urge of running forward, ignoring people who are concerned or, have doubts? Just lead me in the right direction. I open it, and Swami very clearly says there, I have handpicked you in the western part of my region to be my instrument. Have no fear, march on, I send people to you. And I'll never forget this for the rest of my life. I never looked back. I closed my book and I said, Swami, you have handpicked me, that's all it matters. I will move on until my last breath. You'll carry me. So we never looked back after that. And I think, that's where I believe that when you have that faith of Swami carrying you, be it anything, even now we are working for Swami's heart surgeries, we are working for Swami's schools, we are working for Swami's college or any future projects. I think more than worrying about how we are getting the money for Swami, how we can work for Swami, be an instrument of any sort. When we feel that way and march on, he puts the project to us in front of us. That's how I believe is. And that's the reason when you asked about such a small city like Corona, what is happening here, I always believe that Swami gave us an opportunity, whatever we can do in this town. And that's how I look at it. It's my town to me, because we live here for the last, 25 years now?
30 years.
30 years, okay.
Yeah. Almost next year.
30 years. So our debt of gratitude goes to this town first and to this country.
Of course.
And that's where we believe that when we belong here, we earn here, we eat and we breathe this air, it's very important to see how we can give back to the community. And this is so important for us. And that's where I keep praying to Swami that how can we continue to do anything that we can? So there are so many opportunities that we can do, because the relationship that we have built over the years with the district, with the city, we feel that we can do much more. With Swami's many projects that are going on around the world, probably we can create those things here, because we live in a town where I would say half of the community we have underserved.
Yeah, in the downtown.
In the downtown area, we have another group called Home Gardens, which is full of illegal immigrants. There are each home, probably 20 people living in a 2-bedroom home or 3-bedroom home, 25 people living there. They're struggling. They're on the street, many of them. So we feel that anything that we can do with Swami's service projects here that can do good for the community, we want to continue to work.
Following the guidelines, of course, there are a lot of restrictions in what we can do, what we cannot do.
Yes.
If there were no restrictions, obviously you could do a lot more, but since we have guidelines, we have to follow the guidelines. So sometimes, you do feel your hands are tied, because some of the medical camps, for example, medications, we cannot prescribe medications. And for me, if someone comes with a problem, if I don't give them any medication for the problem, I feel I'm not completely done the job. But then we have arranged for follow-up at the low-cost clinics, so that at least there's continuation of care. So that certainly is very good.
And yeah, that's very important. In a service project, that's what we have learned, that when we even run these medical camps, we have a follow-up care, we have referral clinics on site. So that way, then the patients are forwarded right there to the clinics for follow-up care. And that way, then from then on, the clinics take care, and then we follow up with them. This is where I think it's very important. It's just not doing one service and let it go. It's not about feeling proud that we have done a great deal of service. I think it's nothing about that. I think we all have, Swami has taken us from that level now, from Puttaparthi days to a higher conscious level now, that what we are doing is something that we have to elevate ourselves of loving everyone regardless and doing the best we can and
Of
let
course.
go of the end results.
Of
And
course,
as
of
long as
course.
you're not attached to any of the end results, I think we are good, and we continue to do and pray for, more opportunities.
And it's really bringing the community together. If you really see, more than half the people are non-Sai devotees, so they don't know, so they come as a part of service. So it's mending the egos and bringing everyone together.
Of
Yes.
course, of course. And Roopa, I don't know if people, they know this about you. It's not that you don't have other duties. As I know, you have your own full-time job, as Dr. Sharma has his own full-time job. So tell me, how do you manage to tackle all these things? Do you sleep 1 hour a day, or do you work 29 hours a day? Can you share the secret with the rest of us?
Well, when you look at Swami as your model, and when he works like that, I always tell myself, if I were Swami, how would I do it? If I were Swami, how would I react? If I were Swami, how do I reflect? And when you start imbibing Swami into your life, to me, nothing is impossible,
Of course.
and even sleep, does not matter, because, in 24 hours, of course, I wish I had 36 hours, but in 24 hours, I sleep good. You can ask Ashok about it. I think it's about packing your day to the max. It's
Right.
so important to plan it, and of course, you plan it in your mind, because you don't have time to sit and write, okay, I'm doing this, I'm doing this. Of course, when you talk about what I do for a living, I'm an interior designer. I work with, remodeling homes, giving ideas, selling my ideas. And selling the ideas that's how I earn my charity, because we are blessed to establish Love All Serve All Inc., which is a nonprofit 501c3, and all the design fees, whether be it $350 or it be $10,000, it goes directly to nonprofit, and that's how I earn my charity. I'm very, very blessed to be the one who could do that, and by doing that, I have seen transformation of heart through my, in my clients. Many of my clients have come back to sponsor students right now. And that
Wow.
is amazing thing that has happened. Before, they used to sponsor medical camps till 2020. They would come and walk around and see. Many of them are doctors. They also take part in it, but they could see where their money is going. And this is where I feel that we are so blessed that Swami has put us in a place where we can, we can see the transformation of heart, be it city officials to be it, clients. But they are seeing that they are so inspired by being a part of this. And many of them also take part now in Gift of Life ceremony, because we have brought them back, because they pay the money toward design services, and they come back and we have them do this. So they are so inspired, and this is kind of a publicity that I think Swami is making it happen this way. So that's a full-time thing that goes on. Absolutely. But, many people ask me also, how do you manage this? I had my mother and my mother-in-law till this year, two of the mothers, we took care. And during pandemic time, we even quit our maids, actually, even though we paid them monthly, even though they didn't come. But, I managed. But I believe that if you really are focused in doing what you want to do, time is not a big factor.
Of course, of course.
I mean, look at you, or look at, anybody else. I mean, you all are doing so much more than what we are honestly doing. But what I'm saying is, there's shouldn't be any complaint. When we look at
Of
Swami.
course.
Thank you.
Rupa, I wanted to ask you a question, and if you don't mind, I've noticed that your connection to Swami is really inward. You always go, both of you go inward, you ask Swami, and you also get replies. Can you share with us a little bit more about that?
Well, we always felt that when you pray to Swami, whether, Swami became formless after, Swami left his body. And when people were all crying in 2011, I felt, when we went to Parthi, actually that year we had a trip, if you recall, right? 2011, we had a trip. And, I always felt that if Swami is always formless, he pervades the entire universe, and he is the one who created this universe. When we have that thought in our mind, there shouldn't be any worry about, putting Swami on a physical, entity. And I, in fact, was very happy Swami became formless. And I felt very happy that Swami, has no VIPs only coming and getting Pada Namaskar in Puttaparthi. We all can go and bow down to Samadhi equally, But again, understanding Swami's, what you call omnipresence, his presence is always there. And I had a perfect example of that to tell you that how my belief in it, Swami proved. That year, actually, we had 2 weddings. We went to India with our 2 kids. And my 2 niece and nephews' wedding was there. I was there for a long time. And then when I was leaving, I have the habit of filling my suitcases like stones. I carry them so heavy from India. Ashok told me at that time that, Roopa, you cannot carry like this. This is overload. And you better take out some stuff. So in front of him, I took out some stuff that night. After he went to sleep, I put them back on. And all I did was, I took my Vibhuti, wrote Om on all my suitcases. I prayed to Swami, Swami, you see to it. And then we went to the airport the next day. And when we was lifting, he said, this looks heavy again. I told, don't worry about it. And then the porters took our 8 suitcases and then they put it on the machine. Everything was showing beyond the limit. And the lady said, okay, let me check your even handbags. So she checked our pull-ons and they were, instead of 6 kgs, they were 11 kgs. She said, no, ma'am, it's all, you have too many, kgs more than what is required. So I have to call the manager. And immediately he noticed there's a problem with it. So he said, let me take the boys to the bathroom. So he escaped from there. So he took the boys and left the place. So I stood there. I told Swami, you handle this. So, and the manager came there and then he said, okay, I want to measure, weigh all the suitcases again. And one by one, they put in, all of them showed that actually, for example, it's supposed to be 22. It would show 27 and then went down to 22. And then not this suitcase. We took it out, we put the other one, 29, it would show, then went down to 22. And
oh my God,
just like the way it showed, but it went down to 22. And she said, sir,
amazing.
Our pull-ons are also very heavy, sir. They're all 11 kg, she said. Okay, let's measure that too. We put them on there. It would show 11, went down to 6. So all of the 4 hand pull-ons also, they all showed the right one. Then he apologized to me. He said, I'm so sorry, ma'am. And, you're good to go. There was probably a problem with the machine. And I said,
wow.
I said silently, Swami, thank you so much. And I promised also, Swami, I will never, ever do this again. But, this is where I felt always that you speak to Swami from your heart. You don't have to have an image of Swami to pray anymore, because what Sadhguru is teaching us right now is you go beyond name and form.
Of course.
You start understanding this, and when you start applying this in your life, that we all want to be there where Sadhguru is there one day in our lives. We want to start aspiring to be there one day where Swami is and where Swami has taken Sadhguru. And it is so important for us to start believing in it. When you start believing in it, of that Swami is there for us, no matter whether we are in the prayer room or we are doing our job or we are traveling somewhere, as long as our focus is on him and see everything as him, he carries us.
Of course, of course. Roopa, I would like to ask you and Dr. Sharma another question. You're on this beautiful spiritual journey. And, throughout the years we've been, our group, I've been working with you and Dr. Sharma. It is really, I find that amazing, all the work you do. But where did the spiritual journey start? When did you notice that, you're looking for God and you have to look for him, you have to find him, you have to do whatever you need to do?
That, I think, for me, I've been always, I've been always, a follower of my own guru called Raghavendra Swami. And Ashok, mom also worshipped him. But the day I got engaged to Ashok in India, I was given the book from his aunt called Man of Miracles from Howard Morfett, right? From
Howard Morfett.
Yes, on the day of my engagement, she gave it to me and I read that. And it connected me instantly to Swami. And when my mother-in-law took me to see Swami in Bombay, where she lived at that time, she was just visiting after the wedding to be there for some time. That's when I really got introduced to Swami. And what attracted me from Swami was Lawal Sawal. That is what really caught up with me. And actually, my grandmother, my mom's mother, was an ardent follower of her Swami all her life. So but I got never connected with Swami at that time. But through my mother-in-law and through her influence, I really got involved with Swami. And I think through our service that we offered it to, we started working, with the community and with the service projects that we did. I think we started connecting with Swami more, because we felt that Swami is not about sitting and offering our prayers in the prayer room. It's about hands that serve are holier than lips that pray. And that really kind of, I understood that from day one, that this is where God lives, when we really go out and do our service. So that's how we started feeling that, this is our spiritual path, spiritual journey.
Yeah, I truly believe that time has to come. I grew up in a suburb of Bombay called Andheri. Andheri, I grew up on the west side, and on the east side is Dharmakshetra, where Swami used to come when he used to visit Bombay. And though I grew up there, I was so involved in studies and medical school and all those things, I never even bothered to go there even once. And he had come there, and I remember my brother went with my mom. She took him there, and he got darshan. I never got any darshan. And after that, I came to US in 1988. So I was going to New York in 1989. So my mom gave me the book, Man of Miracles again. So she said, read that. So I took the book there to New York. 4 years, I was there, 4 or 5 years. I brought it back. I don't even think I opened the book, because again, I was so involved in residency work and all that. So my time had not come. And after that, then we came and then we got the Padukas. Did you tell them about the Padukas? And then we went to do the Paduka Puja. So then slowly it started. I kind of got more and more into it. And then, of course, Brother Jaga came, and then the retreat started. So it kind of grew into me. And then, of course, Roopa's commitment was, of course, a lot more than my commitment due to lack of time for me, because it really work takes away a lot of my time. So I got more and more involved into Swami.
I think ultimately we have to.
Oh, then the Golden Chariot pulling was another event. Yeah.
Yes. We had many events with Swami in Parthi where, we were given golden opportunity to work on Golden Chariot.
The chariot, the Golden Chariot, and she had done the flower arrangement for that at that time. That was another.
It was another story to talk about.
But I think the lack of time.
But there are many miracles that happened in Parthi too, for us, to Swami accepting us and Swami giving us a golden opportunity. But I know the time is out right now, so I think
no, it's okay, Roopa. What year was that when you and Dr. Sharma went to Puttaparthi?
96. We went 2-3 years for the Paduka Puja.
We continuously went because we became Paduka members. We were given Swami wore gold.
Srinivas Chettiar.
And from Madurai, there was a Chettiar family that started Paduka members. So we were blessed to get Swami's Padukas worn by him. So then we were given
the annual puja they used to have.
And then Swami, they started 1 year, they started Paduka members gathering at Parthi. That's when the Chettiar uncle had that vision of Swami sitting on Golden Chariot and pulling that chariot. So miraculously, Swami gave us an opportunity to even do the carpet for the Golden Chariot. And when we went there, if you have a minute, I can share that quick miracle.
No, by all means, I have to say, Roopa, that, typically during such programs, we get questions for the speaker, but I have to tell you, a lot of people and stuff asking questions. They are admiring you too. They are wishing you, all the good things. So by all means, please, we'd love to hear all your experiences. Please go ahead.
So
the flower arrangement and the
correct. Yeah. So what happened was, I was studying my design school, and I had the wish to do something for Swami in Parthi as a designer. So then I was praying to Swami, what good it is for me being a designer here. I'm not doing anything for you, Swami. And then all of a sudden I had a call from one of the doctors here who is very much connected with Swami in Parthi even now, Dr. Tejura. his wife called and she said, so Roopa, Swami has given us an opportunity to make carpet for golden chariot. And that golden chariot was supposed to be pulled on a particular year that they had decided. And that year, actually, when they told me, I said, oh my God, I cannot go because this year I have exam. And I said, Swami, I wish it was next year. Then immediately I came to know that Swami, when Chettiar family went to Swami to ask his blessings for a golden chariot pulling, and Swami told, who are you to decide the date? He said, go to Bangalore to Nadi Shastra, the date is already set. So they went to Bangalore and to check on that. The person who reads that Nadi Shastra told them that this is being declared 2000 years ago, that God on earth will reside on a golden chariot next year on this particular day. It's already been written in the Nadi Shastra.
Oh.
So then they realized that, oh my God, this is the date that's already given 2000 years ago. So then Swami had told them, go and check with him. So that's how the date was given. I was overjoyed because it was the next year. So I was able to go. So I prayed to Swami that give me an opportunity. I'm not doing anything. Then I had this call. So I went, so she called me and she said, I'm just giving you an opportunity to design it and make it, but please do not expect to pay for it. I said, okay, no problem. So I took that on and then I went to the showroom to ask, and they told me for such a small carpet, they said it's going to cost $2,800 or something. And to me, it was too much money because Swami never believed in spending so much money for himself. So I felt that Swami may not like it, spending that kind of money for a carpet. So then immediately I told her, I'm doing this for my God in India. I said, is there any way I can get a better deal? And the lady told me, oh, in that case, don't worry about buying it from us. I'll give you a connection with a warehouse. And that's where we order it from. You go ahead and get it from there. So I went there to check. And that man said, yes, I can do it for $800 for you. So there was such a big difference of price. I was so happy that we got that. So then he asked me, what colors you want? Then I looked around and I said, oh, I want this beige carpet with the burgundy flowers and green leaves and then yellow flowers. I told him it's like a lotus. So he said, oh, that yellow colors are not available anymore. Those are all the years of the past. We used to have bright yellow, like turmeric color. It's not there anymore. So I happened to see a small piece at the corner. I said, I really want that flowers in that color. He said, ma'am, that's not available. And I told him, can you please check with the factory if it is available for me? Because I really feel I want that color for my guru. So he went and he said, I'm telling you it's not available, but let me call the manufacturer. He calls and then he hangs up and he says, I cannot believe it. He says, whatever I need for 4 flowers, that carpet is available. 10 years ago, it was discontinued, but the warehouse has exactly the amount of carpet that you need for the flowers. So that was like a big miracle for me that the flowers, the color, the carpet was available. So it was made, we carried it. At the same time, I took some silk flowers. I told myself, and then Chettiar uncle also told me, bring some silk flowers. We will decorate it on that day. So I took it there with the great aspiration of doing something. I took some beautiful velvet garlands for Swami. So we went there to Parthi and they had told us already that only Paduka members will pull Swami's golden chariot. So we were very excited and we went there. When we were signing up in the ashram, they told us that only VIPs are going to pull. No Paduka members will be pulling the chariot. So Ashok and my brother-in-law were very upset. They said, this is what this VIPs do here. This is all politics here. See, look, we come all the way from there. We don't get to do this. So I told them, you know what, leave it to Swami. Swami knows. Whatever Swami has planned, it'll happen. So I would go there in the evening, sit near outside the shed of the golden chariot. I would sit there and see. And they told me also, madam, we will not use your silk flowers. That day we will have so many fresh flowers will come. We are going to put only fresh flowers for Swami. We will not use the silk flowers. So I said, it's okay, whatever it is. And I told right there to Swami that Swami, even one silk flower goes under the chariot when the chariot is pulling. That is enough for me. That's all it is. And at the same time, one person came and asked me, ma'am, you have a silk flower garland? I said, yes, I do have it in my hand. So he said, I want to put it for Swami's picture right here. So he put it right there. I said, oh my God, this is such an amazing thing. So I was contented with it, but his complaint never stopped. So he and my brother-in-law were complaining, this is not good. What is this? This is all politics here. So 2 days passed by, they were hitting jet lag. And the next day morning was the golden chariot. So I took shower in the evening itself. I told my mom, Amma, I'm going to sit outside the chariot place. If they call me for anything, I will be there available. And I don't expect me in the night. So I just was sitting there, and all of a sudden, Chettiar grandson comes out and he says, Roopa aunty, you are the designer, right? I said, yes. And he said, why don't you come and help us put silk flowers on the chariot? And I couldn't believe it. I said,
Wow.
oh, really? He said, yeah, they decided not to do any fresh flowers. They want to do only silk flowers. I said, oh my God, that's a blessing. I said, he said, grab all the flowers and come. I ran to the room. I told them, please come. There is an opportunity for us to use the garlands. So they both came with me. We sat out, and then they called us inside and they said, okay, we cannot put the garlands for these golden chariot. You have to put it on a vases. So, it was 7:30, 8 o'clock in the night. We don't have any vases in our hands. We were just having these garlands in the plastic bag. And then I told him, okay, we'll do it, with complete faith in Swami. And he said, go to the next shed and sit and plan it. So we sat there, and they both said, where are we going to go? Stores are all closed. Where is the vases coming from? I said, all we can do is pray to Swami. And we were just praying to Swami. One hand came out of the door with 2 vases. Somebody was showing it to us. So I went there and I told her, who told you? She said, I just felt you need vases. I just got it.
Amazing.
These are such small, long vases and thin neck. And Ashok and my brother-in-law said, how are we going to put these garlands into this? There's no way we can do it. Again, I said, let's just chant Swami's name. The moment I started chanting Swami's name, he's telling me in my mind, turn the garland around. So I turned the garland around, and then Swami says, open up all these green twine that was there. And we started opening that. It became a beautiful stalk of 3 roses together. And it became beautiful stalk of flowers. We started chanting our Atharva Shesha, and we started putting in. It became a huge, bunches of red roses, in a small vase. So then we were all excited. We took it to them. And he says, how are we going to attach it here? There's nothing to attach on the golden chariot. He said, this is not possible this way. I said, every time Swami has a challenge, I told him, you only think we do not know. This is how we made it. He said, you know what? I know how to do it. He said, you take the flowers out. I'm going to permanently screw it to the golden chariot, 2 vases. Then we are going to put it in, the flowers. And he said, you will leave the flowers and go. And these 2 were tired. They said, okay, we're going to go to the room and sleep. It was like 10 or 11 o'clock in the night. And I told him, if you don't mind, sir, I will sit here only. I will hold the flowers in my hand. When you are ready, I will put it. He said, ma'am, it will be 4 o'clock in the morning. I said, don't worry about it. I'm ready. I will sit here only. So they put me a mattress. I sat there with the flowers, 2 bunches in my hand till 4 o'clock in the morning. And then he told me, come up with your own hand, put the flowers back in the vases. So with chanting the name of Swami, I put the flowers. At that time, Chettiar's son comes running and he says, Swami has changed everything. No more VIP pulling. It's only Sai students will be pulling. He said, where is your husband and your brother-in-law? And I said, they're in the room. He says, call them, because you made the small swastika carpet, right? We need someone to put that carpet for Swami when he comes out of the room. I ran like a wind to the room and woke them up. I said, come running. Swami's, given you an opportunity to put. So they both came running.
Amazing.
Believe it or not. And, they went with the students, put the carpet for Swami, and you can tell.
Yeah, and then we started pulling with the students, started pulling the chariot.
So these are the only people pulled the entire golden chariot with Swami. And Swami looked at them, gave them a very...
It was right in front, so it was very memorable experience.
And not like that, he gave a look to you saying that, are you satisfied? Swami, don't be a complainer. So, it was a fantastic experience even for him, because what happened after that was, Swami, when he gave a speech, he told, look up in the sky. He said, Devatas have come. They are witnessing after Rama's Pattabhisheka. This is the current Rama Pattabhisheka. And this was declared 2000 years ago in the Nadi Shastra, that this will happen. And those who witness this today will attain moksha. And we come out and see it. There was a beautiful white ring in the sky above Prashanti Nilayam. It was an amazing sight. So that was like a momentous,
of course.
thing. Many happened.
Oh yeah, it just goes on and on.
Again, the next day
Of
also
course,
they
of
called
course.
us, and anyway, so that's
Amazing, amazing experiences, brother and sister. So yeah, there are a lot of comments actually praising you and also informing people that Rupa's sister still designs the silk flowers for Swami's hospital. She did it in Fiji. She did it in SMSIMSR and Swami's Medical College and so on. And she carries all these vases and flowers with her still to this day. To those who don't know, to those, I think some of you were trying to raise hand, and I request you to please post your questions under Q&A. There is a question on the Q&A by Mr. Richard Noble, and he asks, can you come help me start medical camp in Palm Springs? I would like to come to your prayer room in Corona.
Sure, why not? But I think Palm Springs is not that far. In our medical camps, Richard, I have to tell you that we have patients coming from all over. We have people coming from Guatemala. We have people coming from San Diego, people coming from Palm Springs. In fact, what you should do is, I used to have our contractor, Jose, from Hesperia. He would take a van and hold people in. He would bring in his family and friends from his church to get the help, because this camp is so big, we do not refuse anyone. And you can even pre-register. You have patients of that sort you have, please line them up. We can do, yes, we can do pre-registration for dental cleaning, filling extractions. We can sign them up for eyeglasses, because this year what we are trying to do, we are combining 3 different agencies. We are doing a much bigger camp than what we did before. It's a very, we do need patients to come, because we are, with Swami's grace, we are planning to do much more bigger, and we would love you to bus in patients from there, and we can do pre-registration. They can go through everything. So we will talk in detail. Rashmi's sister can give you our phone number, contact number, and very happy to talk to you anytime next week.
And he's specifically asking again, can I visit your prayer?
Absolutely.
Actually, I also like to...
Everybody's welcome, but what I'm saying is, honestly, wherever you pray Swami, that's where Swami's presence is. There is no difference between our prayer room to your prayer room, because Swami sits in your heart. I think once we have that understanding in our lives, nothing is special, everything is special in that way. Wherever you are, wherever you think, wherever you pray, that becomes holy and special. But you're most welcome. Everybody's welcome.
It is also true. I've been to the prayer room this time, first time, Swami's grace, very incidental way I reached your home, but it is different in one way, that she's a designer and the puja room is meticulous and clean and it's very silvery and everything is, to the par, like how it should be. So having said that, there's another question on the panel here. How did you get your intuition to become stronger?
Well, I think, everybody can become that. And that's what Swami wants us to become, right? And to me, the moment you really want to imbibe Swami's, values into you, naturally the strength comes within. Because when you know somebody above you is guiding you and guarding you, there shouldn't be any doubts. And to me, it's always been that way, because when I look at Swami as my model, I want to imbibe what Swami is all about. And when you really want to be there, you start working on yourself, and naturally he gives you that energy, naturally he gives you that intuition, naturally he will give you that courage to move forward. I think that's where, I believe that we all have to start thinking right now in this, speed Swami is moving forward. If we really want to catch up with Swami, we have to let go of names and forms. We have to continue to be, open-minded, love everyone, start thinking as the whole world as our family. And once you start really looking in that perspective of everything in your life, every day becomes worship. Everything that you do is Swami's work, be it your house chores or be it for somebody else, be it for yourself, everything becomes divine.
I have something to say. In the early stages, when she had a lot of hurdles to cross in opposition with the medical camp, at times I told her, just forget about the whole thing. This is just not worth it. But she stuck to it. She said, my focus is on Swami, and I'm here to do Swami's work. I don't worry about what people think or what people, have an opinion, but this is my devotion is only to Swami. And I think that faith and that surrendering to Swami has really kept her going. That's what I've seen firsthand, because I've seen how hard she has worked. Any normal person would have gotten, I personally would not have continued if with all the opposition and all the hurdles, but somehow I think Swami picked her as an instrument to do this. And I supported her in every whichever way I could, taking care of the household stuff and chores and making it, easier for her. That's for sure. I didn't kind of, be a thorn trying to kind of discourage her too much, but I felt that, this is a commitment and I'm there for you anytime you need my help.
Dr. Sharma, I have to admit that she's also serving an example for me. I mean, I never told Roopa about it, but now I'm admitting that before everyone and Swami, and she's really, you both setting an example for all of us. There is no doubt. It's 6:43. Rashmi, Dr. Rashmi, do we have any more questions?
Not so far.
Okay, so this has been incredible, and I still have tons of questions. So you have to promise me, Dr. Sharma's sister Roopa, that you have to come and join us one more time. Again, not one more time, more than one more, and allow us to benefit from this incredible faith, incredible love and devotion for Swami. Thank you for your time. Thank you for being present. And next time I come to visit you, I'm going to pay a lot more attention to your dog. I had no idea the dog is so blessed.
Well, she's a miracle.
She's. I mean,
she's a Sai devotee, I'm sure, from a previous life, because she came in a very special way. Quickly, if
do you have time for a minute or so?
Of course, by all means. Yes.
I have to hear that story.
So, everything how Swami guides, we wanted to bring a puppy to our home because of our children, getting them away from, computer time. So we also grew up with, puppies and dogs in our house. So when we were looking, and I was looking for particularly, no shedding, vegetarian, this and that, Ashok said, there's no dog existing like that in this world for you. Maybe it has to be a special one. I told, believe in Swami, he always makes it happen. So it happened so that we were going to buy a puppy for over $3,000. I always believe in talking to Swami very openly, because I always believe Swami is in me and I have to speak to him. So that's what I do even in my prayer room. I directly talk to him every day. So chit-chatting with Swami. So I told Swami, you want me to save that money and put it on a service project, then get me a dog, which is what we are looking for. And then Vishnu said, Mom, why don't we adopt one from the shelter? And I said, we have to see the kind of dog we are going to get. That day I was inspired. I said, let me call the shelter Corona. So when I called, they said, oh, we have, I said, do you have by any chance poodle? She said, yes, we have one dog that has come, which is a poodle. I said, can I come and see it? It was in December 2019. She said, yes, ma'am, you can come and see it. So when I went there to see it and I saw this dog, I fell in love instantly. She came and licked my hand. Then I came and told the lady, can I take the dog home? I really like the dog. She said, ma'am, this is an expensive dog. We do not know who the owner is. They may come back and get. So we have to wait for 2 weeks. Then only you will get it. I said, okay, well, I'll come back for it. Then I came and told Ashok. He came and saw the dog. He liked. And Vishnu came and saw. He said, oh, I really like. Then we waited. After 2 weeks, I came to know the dog was going to be given out. So I said, great, I'll go get it. So then she said, ma'am, even if you come and stand at 7 o'clock, we open door at 10. It's first come. It's not first come serve first basis. It's everybody has to stand in line, and we are going to give you a token from the jar, and whoever gets the lowest number, they'll get the dog. I said, okay. And I told Swami, if it is your will. And at the time, the pet store also called me. She said, we have received 50 puppies, poodle puppies, and you can come and choose yours, because we had given a request there also. I said, I'm going somewhere. If I get one, I won't come there. She said, yeah, that's fine. So I went there and I stood there, and there was a guy standing in front of me. He was getting nonstop call. And he was saying, not yet, not yet. Then I told, oh, somebody is very desperate in your home. He said, yeah, it's my granddaughter who is very desperate. So I said, oh, okay. Then I was concerned, which dog you came for? He said, I came for the white dog. And there was another small white puppy dog was next to this dog. So I was like, oh, thank God. It's not for the same dog he came. Then by the time 10 o'clock happened, 5 cars came and parked, and then 5 more people joined. So she came out and she said, okay, let me ask you why you are here. What's the dog, number? So they all said the same one. So they all came for the same dog. So then she came with the jar, shook, and she said, pick up one number. Everybody picked up. When it came to my turn, I loudly said Sai Ram, and I picked up one number. And then I didn't open the number. Everybody opened 57, 48, 27, 19, 15. She said, ma'am, what's your number? I opened, it's number 1.
Oh,
the
Sai
dog.
Ram.
She said, dog did belong to you. So I was very thrilled. I overjoyed. I sent the pictures to them. The dog was ours. That evening, I went to Home Depot to get something. And I saw this man coming with the same lady who had come separately. So then he recognized me. He said, hey, lady, you are the one who got the dog in the morning. I said, yes. He said, do you know somebody was with you when you got the dog? And I said, I didn't understand first. Then I said, oh, my God was with me for sure. He said, that's right. All 5 of us came from the same family. He said, we all came separate. We all came from the same family. One of us was supposed to get the dog. We were positive of getting the dog. But he said, you got number 1. And so that showed that, Swami hears our prayer.
Always, sister, always.
And she attends every Thursday morning. She's there for Paduka Puja. She partakes the Lingam, Panchamrita and the Paduka Puja water. She waits there, and every night she's there for her 108 malas. She sits there anytime we sit there. So.
Oh, wow.
And she's vegetarian.
Absolutely vegan.
And no shedding hair.
Really?
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Absolutely, yes. Amazing too.
Roopa, Dr. Sharma, thank you so much. We are so grateful for this blessing, for this lovely time and sharing so many wonderful experiences. And I hope you can join us again and come on this program and share all this experience. We will pray to Swami to send Sister Roopa and Dr. Sharma. And also, hopefully next time, maybe you could come with the boys, with your wonderful boys. I met them, and I have to tell you, when I met them, I fell in love with them. I don't know what it was. I mean, they are just, well, of course, it's no surprise they've got exemplary parents, you and Dr. Sharma. Thank you so much.
Sarah Meron, do you want to play any video? I think Sister
one
Roopa,
thing,
do
brother.
you want to play some video?
Please go ahead.
No,
Brother.
which video did you want to play?
Ashok, brother, you wanted to say something?
Yeah. No, Brother Meron, you can call me Brother Ashok. And by the way, I like your scenery. It looks as though you're in Hawaii.
Thank you, Ashok. I will do that, brother. I'm honored to call you Ashok. Thank you for excellent. There is a Roopa. You wanted to show the Aarti.
Aarti. Okay, one second.
Aarti video, and then we can do Om and Shanti, right?
Thank you.
Okay. Wonderful. Thank you so much, and have a good evening, and maybe end with 1 Om and 3 Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Sai Ram, everyone. Sai Ram.